I could do this on my own? Where did the inspiration come from?
Mix of them. Yeah, at my last years at Mobiskill, I was kind of, I knew that I was ready to launch my company, but I didn't want because I'm really a person who is really focused on the human side in a business, and I really built strong relationship with my bosses, with my colleagues, and I didn't want to compete with them.
Right.
But then after quitting them and tried many things, I just one day I just woke up and say, I just want to be an entrepreneur. I want to create a business. I don't want to, break my career and break myself just because I build a relationship with people and I want to do the things. And you just ask yourself, what do you know to do? What do you know?
Right.
And what job you would do. So I just put myself in something I knew.
So starting off, obviously, you probably had built relationships also with your clients, and you've probably had industry contacts. Starting off, were there any sort of hurdles that you did not maybe understand as a business person, as an entrepreneur, let's say registering as an auto entrepreneur, handling bureaucratic elements? What were the challenges you faced that you say, well, these are the most difficult for me?
Well, yeah, I guess all the accounting part and all the legislation part is something that I really don't know that much, and that's why I really transfer it directly to companies that will take care of that.
Right.
And I just found some companies that permits you to they are taking care of everything around legislation, banking, and accounting. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll find something like that.
Do you know someone who does that in English?
No.
Asking for a friend. No, seriously, because sometimes when students also ask me to launch their business, I tell them as a suggestion, if you can't handle the accounting or finance or even the auditing part or the license part, hire a lawyer and maybe even an accountant to manage those things. Because you're starting off, you can't do everything. But I think it was a smart move that you said, okay, I'll transfer things that I'm not good at. Other than that, what was the easy part of transitioning into entrepreneur? Something must have said, okay, you can do this. And what was the easy part?
Easy part in my field is that it's a services that I just give to my partner, that I propose to my partner. And I don't need any beginning capital to launch the business. Of course, then for the first recruitment, but then when I have money, I'm going to spend it to, I spend it to many tools that help me to recruit more and more and more people for my partners.
Right.
So yeah, there is no, the biggest, the hardest way is to make sure that you still have the network, you still have the energy to put in that kind of, because when I was at Mobiskill the last year, I was beginning on the position of management, and I didn't do any recruitments at all.
Oh, okay.
So I had to, focus on what I've learned at the beginning and just step back and recruit one more time.
Just to be clear, that Hirestone, the company that is managing, unlike our previous guests who are entrepreneurs that work as a business person, Olivier is more of like a self-employed professional, which is also an entrepreneur, as they say in France. And he recruits IT-related people, technicians and engineers for like informatique or dos S2I, as they say. Is that what you guys call it? SS2I?
No, SS2I is our competitor.
Okay, your competitor. Okay. But when he recruits them, he gets commission based on that. So it is still managing your own business. So which is interesting. When you do the interview or you do the process of pulling in people, are you doing it all by yourself? Do you have some sort of platform? How do you conduct your business?
Well, I have a database to just put all the candidates and follow all the process. How I do my business. Basically, I'm helping companies like startups like Le Bon Coin, or tech startups and tech scale-ups. They are looking for developers because this is a really competitive field, and there is not enough developers for the actual open position on the market. That's why they are asking people like me to find the right candidate. So I have to hunt people. We say hunt because I'm going to contact people who already has a job in another company and just try to convince them to go to my partner jobs. Right. So I just contact them mainly on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my main tool, actually, LinkedIn Recruiter. which is an expensive LinkedIn, but
When you use LinkedIn Recruiter, do you pay by commission or do you pay by subscription?
no, pay on subscription. It's
How
an
mu-
annual fee.
Do you mind sharing how much? But I'm sure LinkedIn
Well,
will show you.
it's around 8K euro per year.
Ooh, okay. But that's your business.
Yeah,
It's
I
your
need
entire
it.
model.
I need it.
Yeah. Are there any French alternatives for LinkedIn or like a French platform?
French platform. It used to be a Viadeo, which was a LinkedIn competitor on the French,
Copycat.
on the French
Sorry.
market.
Yeah.
But I guess it's shut down.
Yeah, I did. I initially joined Baidu when I came to France. And I said, this is LinkedIn. But
Yeah. But this is nothing anymore.
yeah. But what about this company called Welcome to the Jungle?
Welcome to Jungle is a job platform, so you can find a job. Welcome to Jungle is actually a company that will show kind of show up the company profile. So by we always say that in French that la marque employeur is something really interesting for HR industry, because the most important thing for a company is to share its image to the world and just make them famous to new employees and people and all. And the best way to do that is just to represent the employees of your business,
Right.
you know.
Okay.
And Welcome to the Jungle do that, because if you go on the company profile, you'll see that some videos of people who work there and just explain their job and why they like to work there. So that's really interesting and comforting for people who wants to apply.
Since your job is mostly, you're like a solopreneur, you work alone, do you have any partners or associate, or are you planning to hire someone to work for you? Is there something in the future up close?
Yeah, since it goes well, and I hope it will go on on this route.
Knock on wood.
It's standard.
Oh,
But yeah, since it goes well, I'm gonna recruit 1 or 2 intern this year, and maybe get an associate. I don't know yet.
Okay.
But mainly focus on some interns from business school.
So this is really interesting because mostly business people would say they have a lot of difficulty managing a business operation. Since you're more of a professional, you're like, don't want to say the word, but maybe it's close to using the word un cabinet, right? So what are the frustrations that you have to deal with when it comes to running your business operation? Are there some things that you said, I wish I could change this? Let's take, for example, taxes or social security, maybe, or changes in maybe certain work policy from the government that you have to conduct business in a certain way. What was your major frustrations?
No, at the beginning it's kind of fun, because you're looking for that when you want to be an entrepreneur. You're looking for just play with a joystick, because this is your game now.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for that kind of things, but then I've just met many things that I don't like to do. So this is what I tell you before. Everything I don't like, I just
Give it outsourcing.
give it to outsources. Yeah.
And so that way you also can sleep well. But do you sleep well at night? Do you worry what's going to happen tomorrow? Is your computer constantly running in your head?
Yeah, because I'm always like, I could do that better, or I didn't do that. Just always reminding in the bed, like, did I do that? Yeah.
How do you stay organized in a day or in a week? What's the best way to stay organized?
When I'm not organized.
Oh, damn.
No.
I was looking for tips.
No, I'm the kind of person who likes to write down what I have to do. So I have always to-do list for each week, and put everything in my calendar, because I know I'm always having a look on my calendar. So yeah, that's the way I keep organized. Don't procrastinate at all.
That's good. So you make time for yourself as well. You go on vacation. That's good. So is that when you change over from working in an office space, 9 to 5, or maybe 9 to 11, it depends on your hours, and if you shifted into this business, what is the change you really felt was the most impactful in your life?
Well, you never felt in real vacation, because you always think about your job, and there is always something to do. So even if I'm in vacation, I'm on my cell phone and there is notification for the job, and also I'll take care of them, because I work in an industry that I have to be there and be a player. So I don't want to waste the business. I don't want to miss anything that I could do or miss the deal or something.
Have you ever had a client that were disappointed or dissatisfied? And if you did, how did you manage them?
Yeah, I mean, in this industry, sometimes it's really hard to find the talent. It's hard to find the talent every time. Sometimes we don't, and of course, obviously, they are kind of disappointed because you promised them that you're the best, or kind of. But yeah, I just explained them that it's the market. I don't have any stock, and this is because of the market. I try to convince them that I've done my part of the job by highlighting all the things I've done. But having disappointment it's normal. I just totally understand. I try to explain myself,
Mhm.
but there are so many companies that wants to work with headhunting and headhunters. So I try to keep a good spirit between my partner and I try to keep it friendly.
Let's talk a little more about your personal life in the sense that obviously it's hard to separate the business and the person. Obviously, your own attitude towards your job, your personality also matters. If you would give recommendation for someone who would like to launch their own services, what sort of attributes should they adopt in their personality? What's the, like, let's say maybe be calm or be, what do you call it, discipline, but what is the most necessary thing for you?
I'm a big defender of kindness. I'm sure that kindness pay off sometimes,
Okay.
pay back. And then I don't know, be professional because even if you like your job, and for me, I arrived in the tech industry and it seems like really friendly because people wear jeans and sneakers, and this is not a formal uniform and suit. But still, you have someone in front of you that launched a big startup, a scale up, I don't know, and he's focused on his business and he has a need. So you have to be serious enough and professional and just make sure the relationship will be well.
Yeah, so kindness is, I guess, the biggest
Kindness
element.
is understanding, listening,
Right, right.
listening a lot. We don't listen anymore. I think yeah, people like to talk too much.
Yeah, don't we know that, right? But this is a very good advice, listening even to your clients, because sometimes clients also do not know what they want. I'm just going to share something from my own life when I started as a programmer, as an intern. Went to a client, and this was a joke which became reality. I asked the client, what do they want in their website? They
Mhm.
answer, I don't know, you tell me. And my advice from my boss at that time, he was a graphic designer, not my boss actually, the graphic designer senior one said, don't worry, when clients say that, okay, if you don't know, how about I show you 2 or 3 templates and you decide? Because honestly, sometimes people don't know how to talk to an expert. So that's why they say listening, and I totally agree, kindness in the tech industry, because people usually get scared addressing what they really want. They don't understand the needs. And now, when we come back to a little bit about your personality and how do you manage your day? Since you're on your own, there's no 9 to 5 anymore for you. You can close your office whenever you want. I think you work from home, right? Or do you have
I work in a WeWork, co-working.
okay? But how are your hours managed? Do you discipline yourself? Like, I'm going to start at 9, I'm going to finish at a certain time in the evening.
Well, I have to be available when people are available. So
Okay.
I try to call them during the day, but they like to call. The call we are spending like we spend like 20 or 25 minutes, on an average with each candidate. So they need time. They can't or they're not comfortable with taking the phone during the job. So I have to sometimes during the lunch break or after the job day for them. So the work day for them. Sorry. So I just making sure that I'm available at the right time. Regarding all the non-call stuff to do, just try to do it as fast as possible so I can quit early.
Are there, okay, obviously, you're working on your own, but there any commitments from like personal side, maybe family or maybe a partner that get in the way or that you think causes frustration, or are you totally like, I'm on my own right now?
No, not right now. Not especially. I mean,
Okay,
I can do whatever I want whenever I want. I just have to be available when it's
right.
duty.
So let's think about this way. If you could go back in time and do whatever you want all over again, let's say ABS graduation is happening and you're out there. It's like, all right, I'm new to the market. If you could do something different, what would you do different?
I think would be I would have a look on the market. I mean, more on the startup markets, because I've discovered the startup market through my internship and through this recruitment field. I think I would have tried some other jobs, because there's plenty of jobs we have no idea of, like product manager, product owners, and all those kind of jobs. I was not aware of those kind of jobs, and I really like this. So I think I would try myself to something more tech, maybe try to learn some development skills and some things that I could use in the startups and the tech startups.
Have you done like a postgraduate degree, like a master's or an MBA, or have you done one?
No.
Are you planning on doing one?
Well, go back to school for me is kind of the hell. So no, I'm kidding. No, well, why not? Yeah, there is some stuff that I'd like to learn, and I guess I'm a late person, as I would say that it's just that I didn't want to study when I was a student, and now I want to study again because I'm just more curious, I guess.
Life changes you, but I guess also maybe you met so many people from the tech industry. Was that like an inspiration? That like, oh, you guys do these things.
Yeah, that's the thing, because in my job I have the chance to meet all those CEO and people who has so many ideas or wants to change the world and all about with the digital, and also it's a big inspiration.
Cool. Are any companies like Facebook or Google hiring a teacher?
I will ask. I will ask.
Okay, maybe I could talk to you about a friend of mine. He's got a good qualification. But
I'll be glad. I'll be glad.
On the last thing that I would like to ask you, Olivier, and of course, thank you once again for your time. But if you would advise someone at a certain age who is like at a turning point, like they're about to finish their education, they're unsure of themselves, and if they want to journey into maybe becoming a solopreneur or an entrepreneur, what is the advice you would give them?
Well, I think that become an entrepreneur. There's two ways to become an entrepreneur. People sometimes just to be an entrepreneur right after the school because they already have an idea or something to create or something to explore. But I guess you need kind of some experience. And I'm sure that spending several years in a company will make you able to think about more ideas and have a better understanding of the market, and maybe have better ideas that will actually meet some needs.
So spend maybe 4 or 5 years in the industry and then jump into the industry. Okay, that sounds very reasonable. So take it easy, don't rush it, learn the industry, network, and then go for it.
Yeah, I mean, plenty of people wants to create a company, but it's obvious that you need to meet the need to answer it. So yeah, take your time. It's not a rush. You have time, plenty of time, and take experience.
All right, Olivier, once again, I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's really nice seeing you and your growth and how far you've come. And I want to thank the audience once again for their attention. Okay, we will probably be going for the cocktail again, but I thank you again.
It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Big warm thank you. A special thank you. A special thank you to Baber, because this was his last of his series of entrepreneurs, and thank you very much for introducing us to all your very interesting people that we've met. And I'm sure the students really appreciate all the different. They've all been very different. Very different insights, and they're different industries. So that's it. I just wanted to say we will have the Why Not Factory here on Friday, and we will be broadcasting that also. So join us back on Friday at 11:30 for that. And then later on, the students will be doing their final presentations on the last day.